Hey guys, Michael here. So today I'm going to share with you something real quick. It's actually an Air Assist you can purchase for your xTool M1 laser engraver. Now, why do you need an Air Assist? So the Air Assist is actually used for the engraver side of it. And if you look online, you'll see tons of reasons of what it does and the purposes of it. But basically, it clears the path as the laser cuts the material. It clears that debris out of the way, so it gives you a cleaner cut. It cuts down on flare-ups because you're constantly blowing air at that location. And it just makes a nice clean cut so you can actually cut deeper and better with the laser engraver. This product is not made by xTool. It's a third party that I found on Etsy. And I just want to share it with you and show you what it looks like and how to install it on the M1. Stick with me. Let's get to it. So this is what all came in the option 1 package. I got the aluminum base here for the Air Assist. Got the nozzle and the pre-installed nipple there to accept the fish tank hose or the air hose on there. And then you have an insert. I'll show you what this insert's for when I flip the M1 over. You also get 2 elbows for the air hoses, 3 Christmas light style clips to route the air hose. And of course, these are command strips, so you have the command backs for them. And then you have 4 screws. 1 screw is extra. 2 screws will be used to attach this to the M1, and the other screw will be used to secure this part should you choose to use it. And that's what you get in it. So let me flip the M1 over and show you how to install the Air Assist. Okay, to set up your M1 to flip it over, first thing you'll want to do is actually remove the base plate. You'll have to remove the 3 screws like you normally would, and then you can lift the base plate up out of the way. Get that out of the way, and what I do is I work with my M1 on its side. You can flip it over if you want. I prefer on the side. What I recommend before you do anything as far as lifting this up is put a piece of painter's tape on here just to hold this lid so it doesn't flap while you're actually flipping this around. I'm going to stand this up on its side and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, so I have my M1 up on its side, and now with everything unplugged and the power turned off, you can actually move the laser head gently, and you can pull it out, grab the gantry, and you can actually lift this up. What I like to do is I like to take a block of wood and put it underneath here, just like so. And let me zoom in and show you what screws you're going to have to actually remove to replace the original piece. So here's a closer look at the bottom of the laser head. You can remove this blade holder to get it out of the way. Make sure there's no blade in there so you don't cut yourself, and just pull it out gently. And you can set that aside. Now, if you'll take a look at this, there's actually 1 Phillips head screw here. There's another one on the bottom of this. This is just a metal shield that actually a fan will push down, blow in here, and actually direct air over the area that you're engraving. We're going to take this shield off. So just take a Phillips head screwdriver, and you'll want to remove the 2 screws. Don't lose them. So take that piece and the screws, set it aside, put it in a Ziploc bag. You won't need this with the Air Assist on there. Let me put that out of the way over here. So here's where you make the decision. Do you want to leave this alone, or you can actually have the option of pulling this out with the protective glass in there and replacing it with the adapter that came with the Air Assist. If you want to take it out, follow the xTool instructions on their website. When you remove that, this is already threaded. So if you can see that with the fine thread, so you'll have the ability to actually screw that in there and secure that in place. So the next thing to do is install this part. This is what it looks like up close. You see that little gap right there? This gap is actually here on purpose. Now, looking at the original design, this has the gap on the front, and it is blowing the air coming down and across the material that you're cutting. Now, this is blowing dirty air from inside your M1. The advantage of this cutout is it's actually going to take that air that's coming down and blow it out the back instead, And the only air that's going to be actually coming over your engraved area is clean air from the outside from the air pump. So that's a really cool feature that this thing has. To install this, use the included Allen head screws, and these are 1.5 millimeter Allen heads, and I can use my little trusty tool here to do that with. You want to put this over the same location that the hood was on there, line up the holes, and take that screw and insert it in there by hand. I know it's hard to see because I got the camera in the way, but you'll want to do the top screw and the bottom screw. I'm going to cheat and use my little cordless screwdriver here. So all that's left to do is add this air outlet. The nipple's already installed to accept the air hose. All you have to do is put the screw in there. And be careful not to cross thread it. This is brass, so it's soft metal. Get that started. Push it on there. Put the angle you want it to be at, and you'll use your Allen head screw to tighten this up. All right, so I've got that installed in place, and if you'll notice, there's actually enough room to put your blade adapter back in there. As you can see, the machinery work on this is very top-notch. It actually fits. There's no adjustments needed except for just taking off that original plate there. So now that everything's installed and ready to go, the last thing you need to do is plug the air hose into the outlet here. Again, you may want it swung this way or that way. You just loosen this screw, turn it whichever direction you want it to go, and tighten it up. It's up to you on how do you want to route that air line. Just want to make sure that it doesn't bind the laser head while it is running across your material, and also is not dragging your material around. And if you check his Etsy page, he actually gives you some tips and tricks on actually where to route the air hose. Well, that's it. I appreciate you guys watching. I'll put a link to the product in the description below if you're interested in getting one. And I'll see you next time.